Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your mid-April fire bonus reading. So this is an elemental reading that is a bonus one for you guys, and I just used the basic Celtic cross with a couple of little twists that I've added. Mainly because the definitions of the original Celtic cross are not quite ones that I like to use, so I've adjusted them accordingly. And then after we get done with the primary reading, we will go into a little... sorry, I have a small desk. We'll go into some 3 cards from an Oracle deck, and today I'm using the Mystic Wisdom Oracle deck. And these are going to either give enhancements or answer questions for you, the watcher of the show. So if you have a question, I will let you know when we're heading that direction, and you can pause the video, ask your question, and see which of the cards answers your question. And a couple more cards here, and we will get going. If you're interested in any of the decks that I am using, they are linked in the description. There's also a natal chart, which is a really awesome tool if you've never had them done, and even if you have, this might give you a little bit of a different viewpoint of what those signs and symbols mean within a birth chart. And it comes with a 10 to 20 page report that goes over the whole thing as well. Fire energy covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And with that, we will get started. So your significator, this is who you are in this moment as a whole at the start of this reading. And that one is the Page of Wands. So you're stepping right into your own authority here and your own power. But this is really saying, Fire, where you're standing right now, you've come a long ways. Are you done? No. Not by a long shot, because you've gained a lot of knowledge, and now is the time to basically apprentice yourself. You are working under an energy of what you've already learned and what you've grown to know, but now you're in a point where that's all true, fine, and dandy, but you're ready to take the base level of what you already have and amplify it. The Page of Wands, what I'm hearing is, this is a time where you've done a lot. You have lit the flame of your wand, your staff, however you want to look at that. You've lit the flame, but now what do you do with it? And so now it's time to take the knowledge that you've gained and put it into action. This is where you develop the wisdom. So you're in this moment, you've done a lot of prep work, and you're in a really good spot. You're setting yourself up for success in the near future, so now it's time to see where things go from there. So the energy that's crossing you, and this is an obstacle, it could be a challenge, it could be something that's in the way, like a roadblock of some form. We have the Seven of Cups. This is coming across as you're feeling a little bit dreamy, a little bit stuck in an illusion state. And when you're in the Page of Wands, it's saying you're ready to make big changes, you're ready to make big moves, you've gained knowledge, it's time to apply it. But this being the thing that is working against you is the Seven of Cups. You're daydreaming, Fire. You are not where you need to be. And it's interesting that as a fire, water is your, which is cups, that's your opposite. So what's really blocking you is this energy of illusions, but these illusions are tied to emotions. So you're daydreaming of, oh, maybe that person will love me, or maybe I'm just not good enough, because either of those are an emotional state, and that's where it's like, whoa, what's going on here? So what I'm getting with this, Fire, is you have the knowledge, it's now time to put it into action to gain the wisdom, but you have to break away from the self-doubt. You have to break away from the opinions of others, those emotions that are flaring up to kind of slow you down. It's time to look at why they're coming up and what they actually are standing for, because it's not as clear as you would like it to be, Fire. There is definitely illusion energy here, and it's time to kind of shatter that and get rid of it. Basically, wake up. the energy that's above you. This is your like higher self influences. This is higher consciousness. This could be God, source, divine, however you see that higher guidance. You have the Ten of Swords, which this with this kind of imagery, what's really implying is the past has been conquered, and the old you has been basically put down. It's no longer a fight you have to deal with because it's over, and that is this freedom that comes with it. There's also this energy of a little bit of sadness that comes along with that, because when you lose your old self, there are times that you have to lose the old group that you ran with, your old friend group. Sometimes as you grow and as you expand, sometimes those old friend groups just don't cut it anymore. Like, you have moved into a state where, let's say you've moved into a higher end of business and they're still like working gas station level. They're not, in most cases, not every time, but they're not going to be able to understand the language anymore for you. Or if you have worked from, this is a baseline spiritual practice and this is where I've always been, but you started to step up, they didn't. Now you're up here talking to them, and it doesn't mean you're better or anything else. What it's saying is the old way of life is no longer accessible to you. You've moved beyond that. And fire, just as a heads up, when you put your foot on the spiritual path, you can really never go back. There are people that'll tell you, "Oh, you can go back to the way it was." You can't. The experiences that occur on a spiritual journey change who you are so drastically that it's almost impossible to return. And that's this energy that's coming forward here, is you are ready to let your past go. The things that you have already accomplished have changed and shifted you so drastically that you can't go back. And your higher self is saying there still is a little bit of an emotional attachment to your past, and this is a good time to kind of cut that loose. Is it going to be comfortable? Probably not. Because the lightning and the frustration in the higher energy here, this dragon up here, is saying this may not be the easiest thing that you've ever done, but it's necessary. And that's the important part of what you're going through, is there comes a time when you have to let that past energy go. Your lower self, the subconscious, the shadow, however you want to look at this, is actually number 8, the strength card. And when we look at a major arcana, this is a big life lesson. So your shadow is actually being supportive of you right now, and this is saying you've always had the strength to do what you have accomplished, fire. You may not even realize in this moment how far you've really come. You have conquered your demons. You have conquered so much about that person that you used to be, that person who, I'm too weak to do this. There's no way I will ever own my own business. I could never date that type of person. Well, you got the cheerleader, you got the quarterback. What more? Like, you've got all of these things you built up. And it could be the perfect person is that intellectual who likes to have philosophical debates with you. You've got so much more than what you originally set out for. Think back 5 years. How far have you come from there? Go back 10. How far have you come from there? And this is why, and I advocate for this all the time, I recommend journaling. Hand write your journals out, because when you come to a point where it's like, I'm not moving, I haven't done anything, you start flipping back through those journals, and you go back 5 years, you're not the same person. You have grown so far beyond that it's unreal. And when you start to realize some of the things that you've had to overcome and the amount of inner strength, this is that subconscious root energy, but it also can tie into your shadow. Your shadow has been there, and you've worked through your darkness. You've discovered those gemstones, and it's allowed you to accelerate being able to step into the life that you've been wanting to. And in a lot of cases, when you start to do this, you realize the thing that you were originally after, you acquired, you accomplished, and now you're beyond it, and you didn't even realize that it happened. Because that's the beauty of that subconscious, is it tends to put things in place where it's next step, next step, next step. And that's the shadow energy, the subconscious energy here. It can tie into your shadow, but you've had to go through your shadow to get where you're at. So your immediate past is the Queen of Cups. There's a little bit of divine feminine energy here. There's also could be a female past, like a partner, something that has moved away. And what I'm getting with this though is this female that was in your past. I'm hearing grandma for some of you. This female that's in your past actually was one of the bigger supporters that you had. Your past, there was a lot of things that were successful. There were a lot of things that were going well. You wanted something different. And that's the part that I'm hearing is it's not that you were, oh, it was successful and you chose to choose something different. It's saying that your success back in the past was based on other people's opinions is what I'm hearing, and you chose to make your own path. Water is not your friend in most cases, but in your past there were some emotional things where you were doing really well, and they're saying this could be a business, there could be love interests, things like that, but they're really wanting to emphasize this divine feminine part. That is how you've had the support to come into yourself in this now moment. The other aspect they want to bring forward that the support that you've had has been from a grandmotherly figure, whether it's your actual grandmother, an older female of some form. That's the energy that has actually helped support you, even though you didn't always get along with them, because fire and water do not get along well at all. But that's what they're saying is your past was supported by this, and there were a lot of times where you were in complete conflict, but the other person, for whichever reason, that divine feminine aspect that was coming through there was supporting you, whether it was financially helping you get your business started, buying your products, or it was a relationship that you had that they were helping you become a better spouse, a better partner, however that worked. In the moment, not so great. But now that you can look back, you're like, oh, that actually was a beneficial person. So that's the energy of your past. Your future, the Page of Pentacles. You have some hidden talents. There's some hidden wealth going on here. You're being guided by an unlikely guide is what I'm hearing. But it's because you are an unlikely person. You're not in a situation because this is what's expected of me. Some of you might be in the what's expected of me place, but it's actually working out well for you because you're tweaking it. You're not doing it the exact same way everyone else always did. And they're saying this is actually a huge benefit for you, Fire. This is leading into a position where you have the option. Doors are opening. Once you get that apprentice energy going where you've taken your knowledge and you're applying it to your life, you have the potential of wealth. And the Page of Pentacles is saying you have the potential for in physicality, like the physical world, a great success, whether that is in finance, whether that's in relationships, whatever that may be in, you have that potential available to you. And what this is really saying right here before we get into the side cards is, what are you going to do with what you have acquired and what you have gained? You have great knowledge you've acquired. You have inner strength, that subconscious strength, that strength of lower W will, because it's the physical will, not the spiritual will. The illusion that you're dealing with here, Fire, is an emotion or something that is blocking you, some fantasy type thing where you're almost looking at a situation so far outside of reality that it's not even possible for you, which makes you feel that it's not real. Is that situation possible? More than likely. But are you putting your own roadblocks in the way? Also, that's what the cards are saying here. Your higher self is saying release your past. Even though your past had a lot of support in it, there are certain energies that need to be let go of, and that's where you're getting into that guilt, the shame, the anger at, I can't believe that person did that, but if they wouldn't have, you wouldn't be where you are now. So, your current attitude, where you stand in this moment in a mental or emotional state, your inner world, I guess you could call it, is the Hanged Dragon, the Hanged Man. And it's saying now is your time to look at things from a different perspective. Go within, see how you've grown, see what has changed. Your current attitude is there is this time, this period of reflection. This is a deep period of reflection for you, Fire, with everything that you've got going on this month. And it's not a little amount. There's a lot of energy shifting right now, and they're also saying there's a great deal of potential being opened to you, which is huge. How are you looking at things from that different perspective? How are you, when you look inside, how have you shifted? The world's not all about the physical out here world. Sometimes we have to do that whole stare in the mirror and see what's going on inside. And that's where you're at this month, is your inner world is actually calling you to see what has changed and how far that reality has actually shifted for you. So your environment, these are the things outside your world, these are the things that you cannot control, outside influences coming in. We have the Ace of Swords. There is new knowledge that is coming to you. There are lessons that you are ready to learn, not willing to take, is what I'm hearing. So when we look at this from a perspective of knowledge, wisdom cuts away illusions. So your Ace of Swords energy that's coming in, this outside influence that's going to be beneficial, is actually helping you conquer this. This cutting away of the illusion is what we've got going on here. So the Ace of Swords is this outside environment energy that's coming forward. Now you're starting to have some outside influences. This could be a teacher, a mentor, someone higher up in the business that you're at who's willing to take you under their wing as an apprentice. There's also this energy of a budding relationship, and you're stepping into something and you have someone close to you that's kind of helping you along, like you're nervous about whatever it might be, and they're there to just be like, this is what's going on, this is how this happens. And I don't care if you're 13 or 60, everyone goes through periods where they get nervous in a relationship, or you're not sure what to do next. And that's what's coming up here, is you have this knowledge coming in to support you, and it's kind of outside your control. You're looking lost, and they're like, dude, I have the flashlight, let's go this direction. So hopes and fears, we're going to look at both energies. So this is number 21, the universe. You hope to grow beyond where you've been. You've looked back and you're like, okay, I actually didn't have as bad of a life as I thought I had. Things were not great by any stretch, but I want more. I want to reach into the universe, and I want to create a life of my dreams. Your hopes are to expand so far beyond that person that you used to be, where you can look back and be like, we're not even the same person. Which, those are amazing hopes, but your fear is of failure. The universe opens up the door, and you also are afraid that you're going to fall. You have this fear from what we've got going out here with the layouts. You have this fear that you're not strong enough. You have this fear that there's no way that you can actually achieve what you're working on. But the reality is, fire, you are, and your significator is your card, one of your cards. When we're looking at the Page of Wands, this energy is saying, I have knowledge, I now need to put it into use. Your fear is, what if I don't know enough? Just so we're clear, you don't. But that doesn't mean you can't put your foot on the path. You can learn as you go. You have enough knowledge to get things moving. Your hope is to create this miraculous world. And what I'm hearing is, what's to stop you but your own fear and doubt? So we're learning to overcome that is not easy, but remember, you've already done it once or twice or 1,000 times. You have the strength to move forward. You have the drive to tap into the capital W will, the divine will, that allows you to overcome things that the person that you were back in the past wouldn't be able to do. So this is actually really good. You've got this, you've got a momentum building here, Fire. Your overall outcome is the Queen of Swords. There's, again, Divine Feminine coming in, but what I'm getting from this card is it looks like there's some sadness that may be coming, but the sadness is of a loss of your past. Something that you thought. Something that you started before this situation, wherever you're in right now, what you started before, you have to let go of to be able to move into the future. And that's causing some sadness, but you also have the butterflies coming in to say enough. The past, you needed to let go of. Remember, your higher self says you've conquered it, let it go. Is it going to be easy? No. It's going to be a rough period of time that you're going through this month because there are things you have to let go. There's something that is just not available to you anymore that is emotionally tied. But the Queen of Swords is saying you have the strength to cut through the illusion. You can shatter that false narrative that you have given yourself. The butterflies are coming in as comfort. This is that, not your inner circle, because that's the 3 to 5 friends. This is the outer circle. This could be part of your family members, extended family, extended friends. They're coming in to be like, dude, look how far you've come. You and your outcome for this reading is you've dealt with a lot, Fire. There's a lot of things that have come up. There's a lot of things that you've overcome. You now are a different person than you were 6 months, 1 year, 5 years ago. You are not the same person. And that's what these energies are coming to say is your overall outcome for this reading for the upcoming month is notice how far you've shifted and changed. This is not unfortunately for Fire, this is not a gentle reading. This is a very in-your-face type of reading because you're not being placated here. They're saying you're being called out, Fire. So it's definitely a time for you to look at what you've got going on and see, how is this working? Like, I've moved beyond all of this stuff, and yet I'm still tied to it. That's when you start working with God Source Divine. You can call upon Archangel Michael, who's a patron of fire, and have him help cut the cords to your past, freeing you to the future that you are actually working towards. You're doing all the work. You're setting yourself up for this success. So why aren't you letting go of the things? Why carry the millstone with you? Let it go. And the outcome of that is going to be prosperity. There's going to be some sadness and frustration. The cards aren't lying here. But your outcome is actually going to be a massive improvement. There's a period of sadness because you have to let go of stuff. But the future ahead of you is very beautiful and very bright, and you get to pick the direction you go from here. So, we'll wrap this up with a couple of oracle cards. You can pause and think of a question, and then I will pull each card. So, our first card is Memories. Cherish memories of loved ones. When we look at this energy, it's saying this month, look to your past. Remember those who went before you. If you want to tie this into your tarot reading, this is the divine feminine, that grandma energy that was there to support you even when they frustrated you. They were always there in your corner even when you really didn't want to deal with them. Your memories are gifts from your ancestors. This is proof of basically an eternal life because your memories of them keep them alive. The next generation's memories of you will keep you alive. They're saying that this is a time for you to think back and look back, and it could be a lot of different things. The energy of memories does not have one meaning. That's the special part. So see how that works for your question there. Our second card, and I like this deck because it talks really well. It's just sometimes it takes it a minute to get around to giving the next answer. So, but work with your past and free yourself from the guilt, the shame. Find the future you. Your second card is Owl. Follow your intuition. Your intuition is a gift of the divine, especially of the goddess. She works in ways to bring our subconscious into our awakened world. Tying this into your tarot reading, this is working with the Strength card. You've overcome so much by following your gut instinct, by doing the things that you have no rational reason to be doing, but for some reason you needed to go to the store that day. You needed to stop off at that one particular gas station. You went to the store and you met the person who would become your spouse. You stopped at the gas station and missed the train crash. Weird that they would put that in there. You'd missed the train crash. The owl is your guiding wisdom. This is tapping into a higher frequency. It's tapping into your clairs, waking up your chakra system so that you're able to actually live and move in a way where your goals are coming to you so quickly and so easily you don't even notice that that's happening, which we talked about in the tarot as well. But this oracle card is saying follow your intuition. You've been doing it for so long subconsciously. Now it's time to really pay attention to the signs and synchronicities as you go forward. So our third oracle card, go with the flow, allow things to happen. This is the energy of letting go. Sometimes we have to let go of the past so that we can move into that fluid state of the future. Fire moves like water very fluidly. If you never have watched fire do that, light a candle and just watch how it moves. If you've ever had a campfire, watch when the wind blows on it. It moves like liquid. Fire, you're being called to go with the flow. You have built a lot of momentum here. You're working on releasing the past. Each time you cut away something from the past, a weight from the past, it increases the speed of what you're working on, but it also frees you to be able to dance within what's coming. Fire, this month it looks like it's going to be quite the month for you. There's a lot of growth potential. There's going to be a little bit of they're wanting to say sadness, so we'll go with word sadness. Sadness as you release things that you used to hold very important but no longer hold that position in your life, and it's sad to see that pass away, but the potential in your future is so bright. You're being guided in a way that you may not have originally thought would be okay with, but now you're in the situation, you're like, oh, this works. So move forward, fire, with beauty, with grace, understanding you do have the strength to overcome a great deal. Look at things from a different perspective as you move forward. Look within for the advice and guidance. With that, I will wrap this up. I hope you have a great rest of your month, and I will see you in the next video. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and comment. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and I will see you later.